During the winter, Lori applied to a job on a pretty cold and snowy national park. She joined the search and rescue team. One day it was a little snow, but there was a call to go look for the person from that morning. The team gathered their supplies and started the search. They started going down the paths to hopefully find the person. So far, they didn't find anyone, but when down one of the paths, Lori noticed a path that wasn't there before. "Hey, is there supposed to be a path here?" Lori asked. The S the SAR commander stopped in his path and turned around to see what Lori was talking about. He checked out what Lori saw. "That's weird. There wasn't a path here before," he said. "So what do we literally do?" Lori asked. "We check it out," he said. The commander started to go down the path. The others started following him. Lori followed her co-workers, but as they ascended down this path, they felt really off. Well, Lori did. She didn't ask if anyone else did. She felt like something was watching them. She decided to ignore it and continue. After a bit of walking, the path ended on an open part of the forest was seen. The commander stopped in his tracks, and the team did as well. The commander got up to the tent and inspected it. He was convinced that this tent belonged to the missing person. This is the person's tent, but it looks like something came and ripped it up. There's claw marks everywhere. Also, they look like they left in a rush. We should keep looking. The commander notified the team. Lori was unsettled. The claw marks looked nothing like any animal she'd ever seen. And she knew. Don't forget that she had a very smart younger sister. Anyway, she wanted to let the commander know about the claws. She walked up to him and touched his shoulder. "Sir, what do you think made these claw marks? They're not like any animal I've ever seen," Lori asked. "Look, Lori, I don't know. I haven't seen any claw marks like that either. But our job is to find the person, so not to identify animal claw marks." "Understood?" he asked. Lori nodded. The commander continued looking around the area, trying to find clues of where this person went. The team eventually started to look as well. Lori was looking close to the tent and noticed something in the snow. She grabbed it and pulled it out. It looked like a tooth that belonged to an animal, but this tooth didn't look like anything like an animal she knew. It was bigger and sharper. Whatever this tooth belonged to, it wasn't normal. Lori called for the team, and they looked at the tooth. The commander also didn't know what the animal belonged to, but he said it looked like it belonged to a wolverine. But he still didn't know. Just then, Lori's foot hit something that was covered in snow. It stuck out a bit. She kneeled down and started to dig up what it was. After a few minutes, a leg appeared in the snow. The commander told Lori to keep digging. Whoever this leg belonged to, well, when she was done, it was a person, a female. Her body was horribly mutilated, with her eyes scratched out, tongue removed, nose also removed, ears also removed, and large open wound on her torso, showing her rib cage. There was very little organs in her body. Some people from the team almost threw up. Lori was one of them. She stood up and ran to a tree too. When she got there, she did, but as she was catching her breath after doing so, she heard a low growl. She looked in the trees and saw 4 orange eyes looking back at her. When she saw them, she turned and ran to the team. But when she did, this creature ran out of the trees chasing her. The commander heard Lori's screams and ran to go defend Lori. But as he arrived, the large Wolverine-like creature with 4 orange eyes pinned him down with its humanly large paw and proceeded to rip him apart with its teeth. The team tried to help him, but it was too late. He was a goner. The creature attacked each and every one of them, and as this was happening, Lori was running back down the path, back to the visitor center When she got there, she called the police and explained everything. The police made it to the park as soon as possible and checked out the path. When they came back, they were disturbed and said they found the bodies of 5 females and 4 males. They explained that they were brutally murdered by something they couldn't describe. They all had the same injuries: eyes, tongue, nose, and ears removed, and an open wound on the torso with the rib cage showing and very little organs. They said they were sorry they couldn't do more to help and left. From that day, Lori became traumatized and never applied for a search and rescue team, mostly from one that was in a cold, snowy national park. She might have known what she encountered that day, but she knew she'd never get the image of that body and her team getting ripped apart by that creature out of her mind. I hope you enjoyed that story, and make sure to look out for the next one. It's coming tomorrow. I'll see you all next time. Bye!